Hey everybody, Terry here, D-Lab. Got a cool little amp in the shop for repair. It's a Ampeg Heritage model B-15. This is the reissue, which I guess they made like 53 of them total. And they're built by Metropoulos amplifiers, I believe. So this one came here plagued with noise. I actually have a video clip that I'll show you in a minute. But I've already begun working on it before I was shooting video. So I thought, let's review what I've done and I'll show you guys what I'm going to do moving forward. Well, there it is. The beautiful chrome-plated Heritage B-15 amplifier. I have not ever had one of these in the shop. I don't even think I've actually laid eyes on one of these at all. I hear they're fairly rare. But this one came in with reports of this horrendous noise. So at this point, I'm going to cut to the video from the customer so you can listen to the noise that he was experiencing, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what I've done so far.
Anyway, so here's what happens. When I turn this on, okay, I'm going to plug a bass into it. Alright, where's my volume? So let's just set the volumes at medium. Turn the volumes up to so the volumes are at halfway. Now check this out. Take the bass out. Nothing changes. Nothing plugged into it doing that. Running into a $2,500 power conditioner. So I have no idea what's going on. I have a bunch of other amps in this rig and they're not having anywhere near this kind of problem. The Son of Q seemed to have helped the other amps, but it doesn't help this one. What do you think? Thanks.
Well, the first thing I did, of course, was to open and inspect the amp, make sure there wasn't anything obviously wrong or shorting out different parts of the board. Alright, then I powered her up, turned on standby, and she was just buzzing like a bumblebee. There's still a slight hum that you can hear right now. Okay, I found that when I cranked up the volume, just like he did in the video, the noise got worse, especially on channel 2. So watch this. Hear it? There's still some buzzing, mostly on channel 2. Channel 1 is pretty clean. When I had this horrendous noise like he did that was uncontrollable, I found out that the shorting wiper arms on the input jacks were dirty, a little bit of corrosion. I touched one of those and it went nutso. Okay, so I cleaned the wiper arms and that really brought the noise down quick. Alright, then I was poking around on the chassis and I spotted these two Sozo coupling caps for the grids. When I touched one of them, I could hear the noise increase and decrease slightly. Okay, so I went ahead and changed those out with some Sprague orange drop caps. Then I was inspecting the output tubes, which in this case were these JJ6L6s. Put the scope on this amp, and if I would touch one of these tubes, this is the one here. Hear it? She's a little rattle box, and the scope is just going nuts. So I put in a new set of tongue sole matched 6L6s, and I did find that one of his 6SL7s was microphonic. So all that is done at this point, but I still have this noise on channel 2 with nothing applied. Okay, so I got the bright idea looking at this chassis being chrome plated the way it is. Sometimes it's very difficult to obtain a good ground. Okay, the inside of this chassis, which I'll show you, is also chrome plated, and they stacked a bunch of star washers trying to bite into the front panel. I don't know if they ground away the chrome plating or not, but I'm seeing this problem on a lot of these reissue amps and a lot of these kit amps. The chrome plating does not allow you to get a good bond to ground. You can cram star washers, you can stand on your wrench and try to get it to bite into the metal, but what you really need to do is get a hold of this ground, or you'll have little ground loose, and I think that's what we have here. So what I'm going to do is what Fender did. I'm going to take this piece of brass, I'm going to bend it, put it behind these controls. I'll drill out for the controls to come through, of course. And then I'm going to take the preamp grounds that are currently going to the studs of these power transformers, and I'm going to solder them direct to this plate. We'll set up a little ground plane just like Fender did, and let's see if that helps this situation. Alright, so here's a plan. I got my piece of brass with a bend here, so it's going to go behind the front panel. I've already loosened all the controls. There's plenty of room to retract the controls, slide the brass in, mark it, drill it, and bring the controls back through with the star washers, and the preamp grounds will then go onto the brass plate and not to the studs of these power transformers, just like Fender did. Let's see if it works. I've got the brass plate behind. I've marked the holes. You can see she fits down there really nice. Sure hope after all this work that the noise gets reduced. This is quite the task, but if it fixes it, man, what an easy way for you guys to eliminate the noise on yours, huh? Alright, the brass plate is installed. Wasn't too bad of a job. Some of the controls were a little tight going through, so I got my grounds for the preamp under there, and then I swung grounds off of each of the pots direct. So let's fire it up and cross your fingers, eh? I got it fired back up. Have the same low level buzz. I didn't notice much improvement there. Channel 2 is a little bit quieter now from what it was. And it's also a little more of a hum than a buzz now. The only way we can tell is to get a bass guitar on it and give her a test. Well, here's the schematic on the Ampeg Heritage B-15 amplifier. I believe the problem exists over here in the preamp section. So let's just focus on that. Okay. So if you take a look at channel 1, you'll see you come in, you hit the first gain stage, then you have the tone section, you hit the next gain stage, through the volume pot to the inverter tube. Now take a look at channel 2. You come in, you hit the first gain stage, volume pot, more gain, then the tone pots. Okay, so that's why I believe that this stage is generating all the noise. There's no way to disable this channel, so it's always active and it's always trying to produce much more gain than channel 1. That's why if you turn up the pot on channel 2, you'll hear that white noise and that hiss, which is very undesirable. But unfortunately, the only way that I could correct this is to modify the amp, and therefore destroying its value. So we're going to leave it as is. Let's give it a test. Alright, so this is a test of the Ampeg B-15 after I did all my magic to it. So I was not sure if the signal to noise level was acceptable, so I brought over the pro with the bass guitar so he can let me know.
It's fairly quiet. The number 2 channel's a little noisier than number 1 channel, but I don't think it's anything that's a problem. I do think number 2 channel goes through the weird circuit and doesn't really sound as good as the number 1 channel. The number 1 channel sounds much better. And I imagine whoever owns this must be playing bass through it. I know this was originally intended for bass. Sounds pretty good. It's got a nice tone. I just kind of like it, and I think it sounds real good.
Guzmano effect right there. All right, so I guess I'll take a mission accomplished on it.
Good job, Terry.
All right, man. All right, so I'll.